Hello guys, so in this tutorial we're going to be building WebGl. We're going to start implementing WebGl, and this is some of the cool things that we'll be doing. So this is a 3D cat, dragon cat. Okay, so this is a 3D dragon, some kind of dragon animal that we just placed on the map. All right, so you check it out. Okay, so it's very cool stuff. We're going to be building so many stuff with WebGL, but this will be the beginning. And when we check this out, when we check the default Google, and so we just change that, and we just just tweak some few stuff here. We just tweak some few stuffs here. Let's just clean this out. Just 10, 10, okay. And this is the default Google pin that they put. Okay. So I'll make a load, and this is not Node.js or any of those stuffs. Okay, this is purely JavaScript. Okay, this is pure JavaScript. So everything changes as, and this is a 3D object. Okay, so stay tuned and subscribe if you've not subscribed to this channel. So in this tutorial, we're going to start working on WebGL series. So we're going to be building some 3D objects, and we're going to be putting them on the map. Okay. So let's look at our template that we're going to use. So we've created a file, call it webgl.html. And in here we have our normal head. We have our navigation bar. We have a div called map area with an ID of what map. And then we have some bootstrap. We have Google Maps API, and we have jQuery. We have Three.js. So https on package.com 3 at 0.126.0 stroke build 3.main.js. So this is what we're going to use instead of using the node modules or npm to install Three.js. We're just using Three.js directly. And then we have gltf loader. Because we're using Three.js directly from online, we'll need gltf separately. And then we have Axios. We might not use Axios in the tutorial, but we will need polyfill, and we have gl.js. So gl.js is a simple JavaScript file. We have our map, we have our initialization, we have our longitude and our latitude, we have our map options, the center, the zoom, the type, map ID, heading, and then the tilt. Then we have our map. We're initializing our map, getting the element by ID, and we put in our map options. Great. So now we're going to put a 3D object on the map. That's the first thing we're going to do. To do that, let's head to our Google developers page and head on to samples. Here you head on to WebGL overlay. So let's come back. Let's come here. Let's look for WebGL map types, map vector map features, WebGL overlay native API. So this is what we're going to use. Okay, so this is we're going to build something like this. Okay, we'll be putting an item on the map. So over here, you see we use, there is ambient light, direct. All these stuffs have been imported from Three.js. Okay, but we're not, because we're not using the npm or the node models. We're going to grab these with a different style. Okay, so let's go back here. And you see we have Three.js like this. So before we can use Three.js, we have to call Three.js from the window object. So we create a variable, we store everything in it, we call it 3 is equal to window or 3. Okay. So everything that we need is going to be stored in Windows.3 because everything inside Three.js, we are calling everything using the window object. So let's look at what we have here. So let's log it and then let's refresh our page from here. And then let's go to our console to see what we have. So our console, we have object. Okay. So this object, great. This object contains everything, right? So we have the geometry, we have everything that we need inside the three. Okay. We have our ambient light and all those matrices and everything. So we have what we need right now. So the next thing that we need to get is let's go to our WebGl page and let's grab everything. Okay, let's just grab everything, excluding the init map. Okay, let's just grab this whole thing. So this is on the developers.google.com. So let's just grab it. Let's copy it. And let's come here. We have our init map. Let's come outside of our init map. Let's paste it. Okay. So we have this nice code from Google. Now, the next thing that we need is that you see all these stuffs, all these scene, perspective, camera, ambient light. Okay, when you look at it, documentation, they're all coming from the import. Okay, so we cannot use it directly like that. We have to. But before we do that, let's just call our function. So let's just call our function. Just call our function first. Okay, say map. And let's see, we're going to have a ton of errors, okay? But let's see what's going on. Okay. So you see WebGL renderer is not defined. WebGL renderer is not defined. Where is WebGL renderer? Let's check it out. This is WebGL renderer. It's not defined because we are calling all these functions from something that doesn't exist. So in order to make this exist, all we need to do is we need to attach the Three.js object to each of these functions that we're calling. Okay. So we just say three. Okay. Dot. So three dot scene, three dot perspective camera, three dot ambient light, and all those stuff. So these three is coming from the three objects that we just created. So let's add it to the GLTF loader, the WebGL, and the matrix. Okay. So great. Okay. Dot. We have three dot matrix. We have three dot WebGL renderer. Let's save it. Let's come back here and let's refresh our page. Let's see what's going on. Okay, we have a whole ton of errors. Okay, so let's check this out. So we have map options not defined. Okay, map options is not defined. So this is map options. Let's see if we have our options. So over here we have map options, but map options is inside this init.js. Okay, it's inside this init.js. That means it can only be used within this scope. So let's see. Let's cut this. Let's paste it outside. Let's see what goes on. Let's refresh our page. Let's see if our map is going to work in the first place. So you say we cannot access map options before initialization. Okay. So let's cut this, put it back. And what we can do is very simple. Map options, let's just grab the whole of this and let's just put it inside. Okay. Doesn't change anything. Great. So boom. So let's see. Let's zoom in. We cannot zoom in right now because the animation is working. So let's just change our our zoom. Let's increase our zoom to, let's see. Let's check this, the zoom 18. So let's increase it to 18. And let's refresh. And boom. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we have our marker rotating around. Boom, boom, boom. So right now we cannot zoom in. We can zoom in, but it doesn't really work. We cannot change around. So let's just remove the whole animation from it. Okay. So let's go down here and look at the animation. So camera load manager. So animation starts from here. So let's just grab this whole thing, just minimize it and comment it out. Boom. Okay, so now we have our object on the map. Okay, so we have our object on the map right now. So this is it. So we have been able to implement WebGL. This is the first thing that we're going to do. We're going to create a whole lot of things with WebGL, but this is the base. This is what we need to understand. This is how we have our WebGL working. The next thing we're going to do is let's change this pin. Let's make it something. So I downloaded this stuff called it's a monkey GLTF 3D stuff. So let's just copy our monkey.gltf. Let's copy it. Let's go to our tutorials and let's paste it there. So let's go to our tutorial. Let's go to our assets and let's just paste it here, right? Good. Monkey.gltf. Okay, so let's go back to our code. Let's go down to where we have. So this is what we are viewing right now. We are viewing the pin.gltf. So we're no longer going to view the pin.gltf. We're going to go to assets. Okay. And inside our assets, we have our monkey gltf. So let's refresh our page. Okay, so let's zoom in. Let's see. Okay. So let's send it down a little bit. So over here, let's look at this. The altitude. You see, it has an altitude of 100. So let's send the altitude a little bit up. So let's make the altitude 200. Refresh it. Okay, so how about let's put it on the base map itself. So let's just say 0. Okay, let's say 0 and let's put it on the base map. So right now, the object is sitting down on the base map. Okay, so let's zoom in. Okay, so right now it's sitting inside the building. So because the place is actually the place is having a building. So let's take it up a little bit. Let's make it 20. Make it something like 20. Okay. Okay, so let's zoom in. Boom. Okay, so it's working fine. Let's check the back. Okay, let's check the back. Let's check from here. Okay, so it's like a mask, right? So basically, this is how we put. So let's just make it 100. And the last thing we're going to let's try to download some GLTF file. Okay, so let's just say uh, Dragon GLTF. Okay, see Dragon GLTF download. Okay, so let's check this out. Sketchfab.com. Let's see if we have some GLTF files. So we have these nice GLTF. I hope it's not for sale. So let's grab something. Let's just grab anything. $12. It's for sale. So we're not going to. So let's just go back and let's say free download. Let's see. No. So we have tablescript.com. So it has these 3D models that are free. So let's see some free ones that we can grab. So let's see. This is free. This is free. This is free. Okay. This is free. This is also free. Let's see some cool stuff that's free. Um, all the cool stuff's on free. Okay, let's check this out. Cool. So this is very cool. So let's download. How do we download? Free download. Okay. Where are we? Uh, we're supposed to download something. Where are we right now? So let's check this out. I don't think any of this is going to be free. $5.99. Let's go back. Okay. Let's see if we can download this. Mm, let's get the zip. Let's see if he's going to download the zip file. Okay. So let's save it to our desktop. Let's go to our desktop and let's see, Batcat blend. Oh, it's only in the blender. We don't have the GLTF. Okay, so we have the GLTF file here. So let's just get the GLTF directly. So let's put it on our desktop. Let's go back. So let's see, Batcat. So we have batcat.gltf. So let's just cut it and let's go to our let's go here. Let's go to our tutorial. Let's go to assets and paste. So we have batcat creatures. Let's just copy the name. Go back to our code and change the monkey and let's make it this. Let's make the altitude because this is an animal. Let's make the altitude like something like 1 50. And let's go back and refresh our page. Let's see if we're going to see the wings and all those stuffs, all those cool stuffs. See if we're going to see them. Okay, so let's zoom in. Okay, so you see the bat is it's more like a bat. See it? Okay, so what we're going to do is let's try to put it on the ground. Let's try to put it on the ground. But we're going to work more on this in the next tutorial. All right, we're going to work more on how to increase the size and all those stuffs in our next tutorial coming. Thanks, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. In the next tutorials, we're going to be building more advanced 3D objects on our map.